Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. Tonight we are going to be reviewing a couple Trial Coast movies. This is my cousin Raj here. I've talked about him a lot, but he's never actually been on the channel. But when we were growing up, we watched a heck of a lot of movies together, including some that I'll probably talk about in a video later on tonight, A Man Called Rainbow, for instance. But right now, what we're looking at is Trial Coast Entertainment. Now, just to be completely blunt and up front, Trico sent me a review copy link to the film, and so me and my cousin, we sat down and we watched Camp Twilight, and we actually watched a couple. So we're going to review Camp Twilight first, and then we're going to do another review for another one, which you'll see right here on this channel. So, Raj, before we get into this, I guess we'll say what Camp Twilight's about. Do you want to summarize it? Do you want me to summarize it? What do you think?
I think you should summarize it.
All right. So, okay, we'll say spoiler free at first. But Camp Twilight is basically it is a slasher film. It's a comedic slasher film, and it stars kind of stars Felissa Rose. She has a big part in it, and that name kind of sounds familiar, but you're not quite sure where it came from. Felissa Rose was Angela in the original Sleepaway Camp film, so trust me, when you saw her, you remembered her. So she was like this, actually a kid because when you made Sleepaway Camp, they were actually teenagers at the time, unlike when you see most of those movies where they're like 20 something or so. So she grew up very well. So this is a movie about some teenagers that aren't doing well in school. So for some inexplicable reason, they say, "Hey, you know what's going to make you do better? A weekend at a summer camp." And people get killed. That's what I can tell you at this point. It has a couple big stars come in. We've got Felissa Rose, right?
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley. Blink and you miss her. But no, she has a part that you'll notice. Tracy Lear has a small role, unfortunately. She was the nurse. Hello, nurse.
Okay.
And there's a few others as well. Vernon Wells. Camille Keaton, yes, has a very tiny role in the film. And it's a shame. I like Camille Keaton, and I really like to see her get some quality work because I Spit in Your Grave is a favorite of mine. What did you think before we go? I guess that's as much as we'll get into like more of the film itself, but let's give our initial thoughts on the film first. So what are your thoughts on Camp Twilight?
It adds some fairly good scenes. I tried. I want to be constructive here in my critique because I feel that the director was a very enthusiastic about horror movies and about this movie. But I honestly think that maybe because of budget or expertise in filmmaking, I'm not sure that it could have been done better. Though there were some good actors. And there was some fairly good scenes. I just wanted to be more of those, more good scenes.
Well, you said one really neat thing, and that I gotta say is like you said, this is a movie that could be remade.
Yeah,
and that kind of stood out to me when we were talking about it, like because we talked about this here. Right after we watched it, we talked about the film. We kind of discussed it there, and wanted to do that here on camera, and hopefully I don't choke while I'm doing it. But it's a film with a lot of talent in front and some behind the camera. I mean, honestly, like shot wise, it seemed to be shot. It looked to be shot on digital, and I know a lot of things now are shot in digital or iPhones, iPads. Look, I'm shooting on an iPad right now. But I'm not making a film for you guys. I'm actually, I'm here in my movie library with my cousin, and we're talking about a film. But yeah, one of the things I can say is it's fun. I mean, I wasn't bored with it. It's quick and was at a steady pace. But there's some of the acting choices not exactly what I would have chosen. But again, I'm not the actress, right? But Felissa Rose, I thought she did really good.
Yeah.
Like she definitely stood out. And there's an actor in the film that I'm hoping I see in more stuff. He did not have a big enough part in this film. But when he was on the screen, he actually kind of like took it, and his name was Dondra Tuck. So I hope I pronounced that right. So Dondra Tuck played Danny Thompson in the film. You're going to notice there's a lot of references to horror films in here. That's one of the neat little things with this one here.
Yeah.
Like the person, like you said, you were obviously super excited about horror and the horror genre. So you got a lot of like names and stuff coming out of here. So there's a Kevin Wynn, which Dr. Wynn from like Halloween, the Man in Black. We got everything from like I think we got a Jamie here too, don't we?
There's a Sydney.
A Sydney, yeah.
Yeah, and someone with the last name Loomis.
Loomis, yeah. There's a Bloom, Jessica Bloom in here.
Okay.
Ranger Bob Sheridan looks nothing at all like his picture on IMDb. He looks kind of, he's got like this Billy Ray Cyrus type of hairdo in there, and he's got this like kind of like this big kind of beard going on, this Ranger beard. That's one thing I got to say. I was not sold on the Ranger characters in this movie. Like, I know what they were going with, and it was meant to be comedic, but to me, it came off more of the comedy. Like, I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but do you ever see Halloween 5?
Maybe.
So there's two police officers in Halloween 5, and although Halloween 5 is supposed to be more of like a serious movie, they actually give them like kind of wacky music every time they come on the scene, and just like really wacky kind of crazy music. So you almost expect that from these Rangers, because it was. I kind of know what they were going for. Like they're the two ditzy Rangers, and there's murders going on, and they've all got conspiracy theories, but there's too much that starts and stops and doesn't go anywhere. We get this bearded like Ranger, and he's like goofy and stuff, and he talks about like alien conspiracies and all this type of stuff. So we think maybe they're going to go somewhere with that, or maybe there's going to be some scenes that are going to look into that. That doesn't go anywhere. The actual like solution behind the murder, like the reveal, literally, like we find out a reveal at the end of the film, and then they just throw that away. So all this has been done. All these murders have been done, and especially with one character in specific, without giving anything away, is very tied to one of the killers, and it's like, wow, this is gonna. I was kind of interested in that part. Like, where are they gonna go with this? How are they gonna end this off? Well, they don't, because like Lord of the Rings, there's 10 other endings after that, and none of them like links to what the actual what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the thing that kills me with it. And there is so much like fun out. Linnea Quigley's scene, like, because she's there to be a victim. That's not giving anything away. It's obvious that she's there to be a victim. And she gets kind of a unique murder, like gets her head like smashed into like a car, right?
Yeah.
And that was. But all that being said, would I suggest is it a watch? Definitely, because of who's in it, and because it's fun, and because there was potential. But is it something? Is it a buy? I'm not quite sure. If I'll give the buy, what would you rate it? If you want to give you don't have to give like a 1 out of 10 or anything like that. Just your own style rating.
It's hard to give a rating because there's some good in it, but there's some things that are just don't add up, or are scenes that are almost throwaway. So okay, let's say out of 5, maybe for the enthusiasm 3, but for the movie as a total, 1.5, 2 maybe. Not that. It's hard to. This is my first time doing something like this, so, but it's hard to really define this movie, honestly.
Yeah, this was a hard move to start with, like, to be honest with you. But the thing is that I I don't want to give this a totally bad review because I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of love put in this film, and you can see it from the actors, from like their work on screen, to the way they play together. Like, say what you will about like the structure of the plot and the script and how it all comes together. They're obviously having fun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places that they could go with this. So this doesn't have to be a stopgap. This is not like, oh no, look, this is the most horrible thing. Those careers should end. No, not at all, actually. No. And just the opposite. They were excited about what they did. Yes. They enjoyed the film that they made, and I think that will come across. So it's not going to be. This is not your next sleepaway camp. This is not Slumber Party Massacre. This is not Slumber Party Massacre 3. But it is fun. It is something you can like sit back and riff with your friends and that type of stuff. And we did that. Like, we were watching the movie. It was a couple times. We made a couple jokes there. And and that was with no disrespect to the filmmakers, the actors, or anything like that. Because the worst thing I can say about a movie is it bored me. And this didn't bore me.
No, not really, no.
No, like, we watched all the way through. The actors were fun. I'm interested to see what some of them do afterwards. There were some there that really stood out. There's one kind of like a Miley Cyrus-y Disney, like channel looking girl. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, she's a makeup artist too. Yeah. And I thought that she did really well as well. She played the girlfriend of Dondra's character, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember the names right now. I thought that they did well. I'm interested to see what Felissa Rose does next, and I'll be interested to see, like, I can see like a lot of the horror stuff, I'm guessing, probably came from her. She is a big horror fan. So, Camp Twilight, what do I give it? As you guys know, I don't give a number rating. I don't do anything like that. Or I don't give it like a thumbs up, thumbs down, which I probably kind of should do. Especially tonight, we could do a Siskel and Ebert type thing. But I'm gonna give this I will crib from Dr. Wifula, and I will say something along the lines of like I'll give this a Felissa Rose out of Creepy Guy in Slumber Party Massacre 3. But no, it's like it's a fun film, but it's a rental. I would say this film for me is a rental. Keep an eye out for it. Watch it. There is a couple cute girls in it. Miss Monique, hell yeah. Tracy Lear, kind of want to see more of her. Take that how you will, but I do. What do you think, Miss Monique?
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. So we love Miss Monique. We love Felissa Rose, who, by the way, is an outstandingly beautiful lady, and she's put behind like a muumuu pretty much throughout the entire thing. And I was like, "Are you serious? Like, this is Felissa Rose. Like, she is gorgeous." But there you go. That's her review for Camp Twilight. Anything else to say on it?
Actually, yeah. You mentioned the muumuu thing, and I was sort of hoping that her wearing that frumpy sort of dress actually led to something in the plot. Unfortunately, it didn't. Well, not that I noticed anyway.
No, it didn't really.
No. But if they had more money, maybe more time, and for preparation, and they remade it, then I wouldn't mind seeing what that result would be either.
Exactly.
But this was an interesting movie to watch, and like Aaron said, you're not really bored. No,
I don't think you're not going to be bored with the film. It's a fun little movie. I would like to see something else done with it. I'd like to see the cast do more, and I would love to see what they do in the future. So this has been a Call to Cinema movie review. We got to stay here because even though it's a little chilly down here, because we're going to film another review right now. But I will see you soon.